Alrighty, everyone. We are getting close to wrapping up this series. Just a little psychology overview. So, one of the big things I realized through the process of everything is really how much the word God or Jesus or any of the holy names have been tainted or altered to mean things that they aren't necessarily mean. Because in the modern day, what I've noticed is that oftentimes Christianity has become synonymous with homophobia and discrimination of people for different sexual preferences or for different styles of life that aren't, hi honey, I'm home, and so I think people have kind of grown apart from that because God is something for everybody. God is for everybody, and God loves everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, so there is nobody too far gone that can't come back. So something I really realized is from the atheist view of God, somebody who doesn't believe in God, or not necessarily even fully an atheist, but somebody who is resistant towards God as a concept even. They have been programmed throughout the course of their lives to think certain things about God, that the priority is things like you're terrible if you masturbate, or it's homophobic, you hate gay people, but maybe it's unrealistic, it's just a theory, but if he really is there, he doesn't really care about evil, he's going to banish everybody to hell. There's so many different things that go into this category, and so what so many Christians will do is they come from this perspective of like, well, you need to change and you need to be different, and if you change and be different, then your life will be better. And what ends up happening is they can't even take the step towards believing the first thing, let alone that they need to change everything about who they are. So you really can't take that approach, and it's tough for a lot of Christians because Christians are so self-focused on the I'm going to keep improving myself, but we've also developed a huge element of shame in the Christian community, which is just not accurate to Christ's message. We have emphasized shame and focus on sin far too much in Christianity, and we really need to step away from that and really start focusing on love and healing and the things that bring us closer together. So the thing that I started to realize about God's highest standard, right? If this middle seat is God, God pushes out all the negative energies, the negative thought processes, the more you continuously focus on him. Now, here's the thing too. So if you look at all of these different elements that the Bible talks about in specificity, right? If you start eating the way the Bible tells you, if you start treating your body in the same way, if you start building your habits the same way, the way you communicate with people, your life gradually improves bit by bit by bit. And so it's not an overnight process, but this is the standard, okay? How a lot of people treat the Bible is oftentimes like rules, so that if you break a rule, you are ashamed and you feel terrible and you beat yourself up over it. You're already forgiven. It's already figured out. Jesus already got it. It's already done. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Move on, start again, okay? Make it more of a game, okay? Your game is to get yourself to this standard to the best of your ability. And how do you do that? You build habits that are closer to it than you were before. And when you build those habits, you can stretch closer to it, okay? If I physically can only bend this far down and I can only touch my knees, I'm not gonna benefit myself by being mad and forcing myself to go all the way down to my toes. I'm gonna get injured that way. I'm gonna actually end up hurting myself. So you have to start where somebody is and allow them from where they are to go to this point, because none of us can match this standard. The standard is perfection, and it's impossible to match. So the only way we match it is through grace, okay? Our faith in God and through grace, and to inch ourselves closer and closer to the standard, because the closer we inch to that standard, the more our life works out in the way that we so desire it to. So yeah, here is just an overview of that. Please just be aware that when people go around, especially Christians out there, if you're going around telling everybody, hey, by the way, this is what God thinks and this is what God thinks, their instant reaction is this. They're going to be standoffish. And again, don't not preach Jesus, but understand this perspective. They shouldn't be black and whiting this, ashamed because they don't believe in God. They need to take the first step of being able to understand that this is what the case is. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's not something that you're going to be punished over. It's not about that. It's not about the punishment. It is about the healing and the growth. And the more you talk about the healing and the growth, the more people will internally desire God. And if you talk about the shame and the fear, the more they're going to internally repel away from God. So I often say that Christians are the biggest reason that so many people don't come to Christ. And the reason why is because they don't realize this, okay? This is how people feel. People want to be accepting and loving of all people, and a lot of Christians treat it very much like a rule, okay? If you don't accept God, you're bad. You're going to hell. It's this one evil mindset. Many of us Christians, according to our own text, will not be going to heaven, okay? So just understand this. You have no place to judge. Your job is to meet this standard. That's my job too. Am I short of it? Every day. But I'm going to keep aiming for it, because the more I keep aiming for it, if I fall a little short of this, it's better than not even aiming and just staying down here, okay? You want to fall short of perfection, not surrender into worthlessness, okay? So thanks, guys. Hope this helped, and I hope you have a lovely day. God bless.